but I'm worried about having enough air moving to them. So we're hopeful it's not near a full load. It's a relatively small load in this trailer, but we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. Shooting this video because there is very limited information, practically no information that I could see online regarding hauling bees in a reefer trailer. Hi folks, John with HillCo here. It is May 16th, 2024. I'm in Valdosta, Georgia right now with my son Lewis. We're in our semi heading down to the Florida-Georgia border to get a small load of nucs and packages, about 150 5-frame nucs and 110 3-pound packages. So I'm shooting this video because this is my first time hauling bees in a semi with a reefer trailer. The reason we're doing it in a reefer trailer is because it is mid-May. The temperatures frequently get up into the mid-90s in Georgia at this time of year, and so we've experienced before hauling packages this time of year. You know, you're going through Atlanta at 95 degrees through traffic. We just worry about suffocating the bees, and so even though we have a pretty small load on here, we don't have a lot of bee sales in May, so we're just doing a very small load here to kind of try this out. And so again, small order, small number. I don't know if I said 150 nucs and 110 packages, pretty small load. And so this trailer is way overkill. A 53-foot trailer, you know, can haul 5 times what we're going to haul here. But we're going to give it a shot here. Okay, guys, we are loaded up. These are pretty cool, by the way. A side note, so these nucs are coming out of these Beewise hives. Check them out. Beewise, I think it's beewise.us. I think is their website. There's a bunch more back there. These robotic AI powered hives. So basically, I think these here units run 10 hives, 10 colonies in each one. 5. Bees are trying to give me here. 5 on this side, 5 on this side. They have units as large as 40 colony. But these AI-powered robotic hives, they got all kinds of crazy high-tech stuff going on in them. They basically do all the inspections. They treat for mites themselves. So I'm told they even, at least some of them, may even extract the honey on their own. These people come up with a crazy amount of nucs because of how strong these are and the relatively lack of space, relatively small space in these outfits. So that's why we're down here getting nucs. But anyway, we got the truck, we got it loaded. We got 157 nucs in there, I believe, on 6 or 7 different pallets. I'll show a picture. I got a little bit of video footage. I think I just put it here showing how they're set up. But here's the reefer unit. We started out about 10 minutes ago at 77 degrees. I got it set at 40 degrees, so we already came down, as you can see, 10 or 11 degrees, so that's good. I got the vent open, front and back. Hopefully that's going to give enough air. That's the big question. That's the big thing we're worried about here is, are we going to keep, I'm not really worried, especially the way the temp's coming down there. I'm not too worried about keeping them cool enough, but I'm worried about having enough air moving to them. So we're hopeful it's not near a full load. It's a relatively small load in this trailer. But we'll see what happens, so stay tuned. All right, so we've been on the road a couple hours now. The temp is holding fairly decent. The reefer's keeping up temperature-wise. But we're going to see now what things look like. Nice and cool in here. Got some bees on the ground. Quite a few as we get further to the front here. There's kind of dormant down there. Some may be dead, I'm not sure. The load is all in pretty good shape as far as staying in place. We have pallets. Full pallets of 24 nucs. So there's 6 pallets of 24. There's an extra pallet here with about another, I don't know, a dozen or so. So we got pallets standing on end, as you can see, like this, to kind of divide them, to kind of keep them in place and keep them separated a little bit. And we have a pallet laying flat on top of each pallet of nucs with a strap over top. So far as riding, everything's riding pretty good. Smells good in here. I got one loose nuc here. I'm gonna take my chances and gently open them up here and see what we see. Seems to be alive and well. Looking down the bottom, I don't see dead bees, at least when I can see from this angle.
and the bees all seem to be alive and moving around, and they're just kind of clustered up. So I don't know, can't speak to this. Obviously this nuke is by itself here, so I can't speak to how the rest of them look up front that are kind of, you know, 24 in a pallet, the ones that are kind of in the bottom and the center, but we'll hope they're doing fine too. Starting to load 110 packages in now. Quick update, we are about an hour and a half south of Atlanta right now. It's about 88 degrees outside, a little warm, not crazy hot though. Checking out here, it's on a little warm, but the temp is dropping. She's running, Reefer's running at high speed right now, bring that temp back down. Let's go back and take a look. Few bees on this back screen here of the vent door. See if I can climb in there and see how things are looking. Wanted to kind of check on things quick before we get into Atlanta and the traffic. Nukes are all seem to be riding good, so as far as our securement process, looks like so far a success from what I can see here anyway. Let's check our lonely nuke here. Definitely feels cool in this trailer. Bees seem to be doing okay in there, near as I can tell. Again, hard to see in the video, but looking down the sides, I'm not seeing any dead. Not pile of dead anyway in the sides, so hopefully that's the case. But yeah, they seem to be looking good in here. So again, as I said before, that doesn't mean the ones in the middle there aren't kind of warm, but I'm hopeful. So the things seem to be going good. They're definitely not suffocating from what I can tell here, and so I think things are going pretty well. We're gonna keep moving as best we can. It's looks like we'll be going through Atlanta probably around 6 o'clock or so, 6 p.m. It's a Thursday evening, so we'll hope that there's not too crazy traffic through Atlanta. It'll slow us much down, and we'll just kind of keep on trucking. Probably stop to sleep later tonight after we get up north closer to Nashville. But make sure we do, well, I'm going to try to do as much driving as I can while it's dark, just to kind of be on the safe side. Help things stay cooler a little bit easier when we're not having to drive too much in the daylight. We made it back, got some of the nukes unloaded, getting ready to wait on a forklift to come get the rest, but seems like all is well. We dumped one nuke over by mistake. The bees were alive and well in there, so I feel pretty good about it. Okay, so final update here. It is Monday afternoon. We brought the bees back last Friday afternoon. Been a busy couple days there. We're distributing all the bees to the customers. We inspected all the nukes and got them out to people, got all the packages distributed to customers. So I'm sorry I didn't have time or didn't get a chance to shoot any footage for you to show you how the bees looked, but you can take my word for it. They came through in very good shape. We inspected all 157 nukes. There was no signs of excessive stress or dead bees in the bottom at all. I think they really looked nice. The packages as well looked really good. You could count on one hand in most cases how many dead bees were on the bottoms of these packages when we brought them back. So again, this was our month of May sales of bees. So for local distribution here in Central Illinois, we don't get a ton of live bee sales for May. So these small numbers, 157 nukes, 110 packages, that's all I have for numbers to test. So the 53-foot reefer trailer was way overkill for hauling that relatively small number of bees, but it gave us something to go off of at least. And again, would I do it again? Absolutely. I would do it without hesitation with twice as many bees. But if you get much more beyond that, I would still have some questions. I'd have to probably test it with twice as many bees and see how that went before I moved on to 3 or 4 times many bees, or got anywhere close to a full load, because it becomes a question of, will the reefer keep up with that many numbers of bees and the heat they put off, or is there enough airflow in a reefer trailer to get enough oxygen to lots more bees than what we did. Again, in this case it was great, but would it be great for 500 nukes or 1,000 packages? I really don't know the answer to that. I would say that as far as the reefer keeping up, there was questions on bee source. A question was raised, somebody had asked a couple years ago, I think, about hauling bees in a reefer, and there was some comments on there. Nobody, I think, that had commented had ever actually done it, but one person brought up a concern that they said, well, a reefer unit is designed for keeping food or product that's already cold, keeping it to temperature. So, for example, hauling ice cream that's already frozen, the reefer trailer is designed to keep that ice cream frozen, not necessarily freeze it from room temperature. And so there was a concern there because we're hauling bees that are obviously already warm and putting off heat as well. And so would the reefer be able to keep them down at temperature? And with I can't say again if it would do that on a full load, but for this a third full or whatever, it did a great job. I would probably confidently do it if it was half full. If it got more than that, we'd have to just keep testing it to see how it did. So I can't say if next year I'll be doing this again or not. As our business grows, there's always new demands, new supply changes every year. So we'll see what our situation looks like next year, whether I try this again or not. But would I do it again if I needed to? Absolutely no problem. I would try it again with, probably twice as many bees without too much hesitation. I just keep a close eye on it. And so if we do that again, if we do it with more bees and have new information for you, I will do this same thing again and be back in touch with more info. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody out there. Have a great day.